how you feel. Humanity creates their reality through thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. And if it was through thoughts only, you could think of it and it would all happen, yes? Mm-hmm. But it doesn't, does it? What stops it? What changes it? It is the emotional charge that you have. It is your emotions, how you feel about things. You may say, I want to win the lottery, or I deserve the best. And then inside say, no, but my family told me I was always worthless and no good, so I guess I really am. So it depends on what the story is. So this emotionality, Lewis, is what keeps conditioning the space to return to the same. Yet all the energy this summer is literally going to crack linear time, open up multidimensional reality and new possibilities, so that literally things can appear different for some people. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so does that mean that those of us, those of the human race who could enter into a higher state of consciousness and come back into materialization, as happens billions of times per second anyway, in a different timeline and actually a parallel history?
Yes, we're saying yes to what you're saying.
In the world, and those who can't match the higher vibration will have to relearn certain lessons and be in a less evolved timeline, so to speak.
Yes, to what you are saying. And do you recall what we have suggested the split would be over the years? Many years ago we said that you will reach these junctions, and the split's been happening for a while. But there is an issue that people split over. Do you recall what it is?
Yes, it has to do with those who are purely selfish or trying to control everything themselves, and those people who want to get along, want to share, and want to live in a higher way.
Yes, that is.
In other words, might makes right versus understanding that karma, whatever you dish out, you get dished back to you.
Yes, and one of the sort of points at which people will rally around, it appears to us, is going to be electronics. The whole electronic world. Uranus and Aries, what do you expect? Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Isn't that all about shocking, changing things in understanding the higher mind versus electronics, or together as they are? You cannot understand it because electronics has crept into your world and you enjoy them, you have computers, you can do many things that facilitate your life, just like that washing machine helped you out a lot. Yet the washing machines all over the world have not created any kind of dark energy. Do you understand? They have not been misused. They clean things. The electronics have been manipulated and used in such a way that they allow, believe it or not, non-physical beings operate through the machines. This is some of these secret plans that went astray around the planet. And now, just in time for all this hoopla, last year or whatever, you have the Large Hadron Collider in CERN that it finally has come online, so to speak. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And what is that running? Time, yes? I want you to think in symbolic terms and larger terms. So, Lewis, yes, as this energy really fills people, they have to make it fit. You must make room for it. The only way you are going to make room for this energy is to make space inside yourself and get rid of the clutter, that inner chatter, all the bombardment of electronic energies, and spend more time. Invite a friend over and say, hey, let's just sit down and chit-chat. Brew some dandelion wine. Make some tea. Get creative. Slow your pace down so that, as Lewis says, as this energy comes in, eventually you're doing it so much every time a second. One of these times, the collective is going to build enough power that the collective energy will match the individual power inside, and a whole bunch of people will find themselves in a new world. That's a very too simplistic way of explaining it, but we learn from you as we offer you words and explanations, and then we're always fascinated by your interpretations of them. So it is always an ongoing process of us refining the correct concepts so that you can picture them.
Well, one time you said in one of the
A little louder, please.
one time in one of the books you said that there exists Atlantis that exists today that solved its problems, it didn't destroy itself, etc., etc.
Yes, we have said that.
Which means that that would have graduated to a more advanced timeline, and then the Atlantis that didn't do those things produced the timeline that we find ourselves on, and now we're coming to another juncture where we could advance to a more advanced civilization that could be happening in the same space, in the same reality, seeing completely different, and be two complete separate physical realities just a little out of phase with each other.
Exactly. And we would also say too that the Atlantis that didn't blow itself up, that went peaceful and that recognized what it had, though that probable world that is not in your history, but it is a world, would be helping you. You see, anything that succeeded in its own initiation, in raising its own vibration, is always going to help something else, some other type of consciousness that wants to do the same. Likes do cluster together. So there's a lot of assistance coming your way. There is a big healing. This is an Atlantean healing. It is an old trauma with Lemuria in certain terms. There is the presence of recognizing that there's been all kinds of various forms of intelligence that have occupied your earth. All these issues are being played out now. Now. You think it's about your lives. And it is. You have the social security numbers. Do you understand? You are the ground zero dwellers. But the times are all cyclically coming together, and this is a big deal. This is not some little local thing. This is a big deal, what's happening on your planet. And you are attracting and dredging up from inside the earth, from the cosmos, from the dimensions, from the moon, the planets, the stars. You are attracting energies, that all the energies that are involved have their own, let's say, intentions for what they want to do with this. Let's move on here. Who else has a question, please?
When is first contact?
What is your name, please?
Denise.
Denise. Always say your name, that otherwise we feel as if you are a reporter just throwing things out at us. We like to establish a little bit of relationship. Do you understand? Oh, welcome, Denise. What's your question now, please?
When can we expect first contact?
Well, that is a ridiculous question now. When can you expect first contact? How can we tell you that? What does first contact mean? There are many people in the room who has already had contact. Do you understand this?
Well, I'd like to, I guess what I'm saying is when will it be more public?
Right, so that you need to, this is important now. Each of you need to get really clear about what you are saying. What do you mean when you are saying it? Do you know how to use your body enough to articulate? The people are losing the ability to express themselves all over the planet, you know. With texting and all these little things, people are thinking in terms of little choppies. Rather than, if you will listen to your ancestors, even 100 years ago, they had far more eloquence than you do. They had greater command over the language and its expression as a creating force. So now you want to correct it to when can the public expect an announcement? Is that what you want to ask?
When will our awareness of ETs be in the mainstream?
When will our awareness of ETs be in the mainstream? Well, our vehicle said to you she does not watch television. But people tell her about what's on television. So, and there's a scoop, and we use her files. And someone just told her last weekend that a program or a station that's called History for a few months now have been delivering all kinds of information about ETs. Last year, we believe 2007, 2008, around that time, someone in the papal office made an announcement that all ETs are our brothers.